Okay. Do you think she means today? I got no idea.
Hello. Essence. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm Elaine.
Hello, Elaine. I'm Kyra.
Hi, Kyra. So is it at 5 today then? I mean, it's going to be in 3 minutes?
Here it's like 6:57, so yeah, in 3 minutes.
Oh, boy, I just happened to check right now. I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, we did it kind of last minute.
Yeah, well, 2 hours ago, but I haven't been online much, so that's.
I had texted her and I said,
all right, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening in this meditation, this group work. This evening, we're going to be recording a guided meditation that can be shared and used through the energies of this upcoming total solar eclipse on July 2nd. We're going to talk just very shortly, just a little bit of information about the frequencies that this particular solar eclipse is bringing to the planet, beaming in, if you will. And then we're going to do a guided meditation journey. I'll be perfectly honest. Normally, I've had a chance before we do one of these meditations to at least go in and get a basic map, I'll call it, of where our journey is going to take us. But I didn't have that chance today because this was very impromptu and last minute. So we're just going to trust and know that we'll be taken where we need to go. So that's always kind of fun. You know, if you like to live on the edge, and apparently I do. So let me ask very quickly. I have my fan running. I'm out in my shop. Is that a background sound that's annoying to anyone, or is it just not really noticeable?
I can't even hear it.
Okay, awesome, because I really would like to keep it running. It helps. It's hot here. Okay, so before we even begin with the sharing of the information, let's just take a few deep breaths and bring ourselves to center and connect. I'm going to be, just so that there's warning and you're not startled, I'm going to be playing some chimes here in the background just for the tone and the frequency. So let's just take a deep breath and begin bringing ourselves to center. And inhale. Exhale and relax. Bring yourself into that centered state of stillness. And inhale again. And exhale. Oh, thank you. With that, we're moving into this evening's work. I did hear in those few moments to let you all know that somewhere along this meditation, you may hear a bowl or something being played. Please just don't let it startle you. Don't know for a fact, but it may. Okay. So like I said, let me put my glasses on here and pull up my information first. This work is about what this total solar eclipse of July 2nd is bringing to us, gifting the collective with. The main frequencies, you know, according to Metatronic numerology, and I'm still looking for that, here we go, of this total solar eclipse of July 2nd, 2019, are the 522 dual and the 1155 dual. You could call these the baseline frequencies. Along with those frequencies, there's added emphasis on bringing to the surface for rebalancing the collective karmic imbalance of the 1910-1 karmic imbalance. This karmic imbalance is related to the misuse of power, leading to greed and the lack of morals and principles in the interactions with others. It is directly related to, right now, these frequencies are being directly related or beamed towards, you could say, world leaders, politicians, etc., those in positions, even CEOs of major corporations, anyone that's in a position of leadership and power, especially if they're misusing their influence for personal gain instead of truly being concerned with the welfare of all humanity. Excuse me. The Metatronic numerology, I am keyword phrase for the 1155 dual frequency. I'm sorry, let me get a drink. And somebody is unmuted. If everyone could check that, would appreciate it. The Metatronic numerology, I am keyword phrase for the 1155 dual frequency is I am truth spoken through the higher self. Through my physical form, I illumine and anchor spiritual awareness of the divine realms into humanity's collective reality. Once again, I am truth spoken through the higher self. Through my physical form, I illumine and anchor spiritual awareness of the divine realms into humanity's collective reality. Let's just take a moment to sit in the energies of that frequency shared by that I am keyword phrase. The next frequency is the 522 dual frequency. The Metatronic numerology I am keyword phrase for this frequency is I am a spark of the divine rational mind. I hold the vision of the building of the sacred structure of reality within self, and I anchor this vision into the physical realms. Once again, 522 dual frequency. I am a spark of the divine rational mind. I hold the vision of the building of the sacred structure of reality within self, and I anchor this vision into the physical realms. It is through the lens of this frequency where we access the vision of reality as it exists when it is built upon a sacred structural form and foundation. Here we can also see and know the change required to bring that vision into manifest existence. And here is also where we find the courage within ourselves to initiate those necessary changes. Okay, those are the two baseline frequencies. There are two more frequencies that are being gifted to us through this total solar eclipse of July 2nd. One of them is a frequency that has been within the planetary energy field and therefore humanity's collective energy field since August of 2017. It is the 844 dual frequency. You will take a deep breath and ready yourself to move into this frequency to experience it. I will read its I am keyword phrase. The Metatronic numerology I am keyword phrase for the 844 dual frequency is: I am a channel of the divine metamorphosis required to create a secure physical reality obtainable only through the mastery of wielding structured power. Excuse me. Once again, 844 dual frequency, I am keyword phrase. I am a channel of the divine metamorphosis required to create a secure physical reality obtainable only through the mastery of wielding structured power. Very much related to the energies and the frequencies of this July 2nd total solar eclipse, along with that 1910-1 karmic imbalance frequency I spoke of, which is really, in a sense, related more to the first two frequencies that I shared information with, and associated more with these two that I just shared. Now that 488, and I apologize because I don't remember if I mentioned this, but the 488 dual frequency, that very last one that I did not read it to you. Dimension jumping and went too far. I apologize. Let's try again. So the second dual frequency that additional, so the fourth total is the 488 dual. This frequency is being brought, is being sent, gifted, however you want to say it, to the collective now from this total solar eclipse. Really, you could say for the first time. So the 488 dual frequency, the Metatronic I am keyword phrase for the 488 dual frequency is: I am the form of spirit manifest in physicality. Through the use of spiritual technology divinely engineered in accordance with sacred geometric knowledge, I create and open direct communications with realities beyond the seen. Oh, I love that one. One more time. Metatronic numerology, I am keyword phrase for the 488 dual frequency. I am the form of spirit manifest in physicality. Through the use of spiritual technology divinely engineered in accordance with sacred geometric knowledge, I create and open direct communications with realities beyond the seen. Related to the 844 dual and the 488 dual frequency being brought to the surface are the 16-7 is the 16-7 karmic imbalance frequency. Now, this karmic imbalance frequency traditionally is related to, in the individual, like in an individual chart, related to relationships that have been detrimental in some way to either the individual who has the karmic imbalance frequency within their energy matrix, or has been detrimental to others because of their actions. In an individual numerology reading, these are traditionally almost always associated with illicit relationships, like illicit love affairs, things like that. Okay, but here we're talking about how it's related to the collective consciousness of humanity. And here it's, if you think about even just from the individual perspective, what has created that in those relationships, there's a lack of communication, of clear communication or ethical communication or spiritual communication. Okay, so the communications link is not clear. Well, if you expand that out and understand and realize that is a microcosmic of the macrocosm of related to the collective, then you can see that. And I'm going to just read the notes here that I have about this. The 16-7 karmic imbalance has major detrimental effects on the ability of humans to communicate clearly with what is currently termed the higher self. Simple human rational thought processes bear this information out if the expanded perspective is viewed clearly. Example, if the human is working within energy fields of the 16-7 karmic imbalance created by inappropriate and detrimental human-to-human relationships that cause convoluted communications between humans, that it is only logical to see and understand that this same karmic imbalance energy would be a detriment and negatively affect the communications link between humans and the higher frequency dimensional realities. This includes the higher self of the individual and the higher self of the collective, and the communications link to, let's say, spirit, to source. So it taints, or Kyra or anyone else who may have a good word here. Kyra usually works well with me here. What's the word I'm looking for besides taints? It warps, it bends, it blocks it. It's not a clear communications link.
Distorts.
Distorts. Thank you. Okay. So with that information shared, that's really all the information. Let's see, information. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry. Where we will be going, part of the work, the biggest part of the work we will be going and doing in this journey that we're going to be taking, this group collective journey we're going to be taking momentarily, is to clear and reestablish a clearer communications link with the higher self and the spiritual realms. If I think Kyra, here would be the point, don't you think, that we would share, okay, about what happens during a solar eclipse? Just okay, during a solar eclipse, communications, if you think about it, the communications are shut off. An analogy that was given earlier in conversation when Kyra and I were working on this was, you can see like a ship, okay, and the captain of a ship, and they have this technology, right, that keeps them able to have their bearings, keep their bearings, know where they're at sea, whether, you know, when it's just all nothing but oceans and water around them and nothing, so to really give them a bearing. So they have this technology. Well, during a solar eclipse, the communications are cut for that period of time, leaving us sort of adrift, if you will, sort of lost, trying to catch our bearings. Another analogy that they showed and shared was the little spinning circle when you're trying to get something to load on your computer, and, you know, it just spins and it spins and it spins, and the communications link is not clear, okay? You can't get it to load up. And if you sit there and watch the little spinning disc, you'll get dizzy and disoriented. So those are just sort of some everyday can't think of the word, I'm sorry, but analogy,
Yeah.
that we can use to make this a little more understandable. So with that stated, with this during the times of a solar eclipse, we now know specifically, because each individual solar eclipse, okay, or each solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, any celestial event, anything like this, and this expands out, but we're just talking about this solar eclipse, okay, is an individualized consciousness, just as you and I are, just as each of us are. And therefore, because it is an individualized consciousness, it has its sacred work just as we do. Well, its sacred work, this total solar eclipse of July 2nd, 2019, its sacred work is to bring these particular frequencies, to strengthen them, either bring them anew or strengthen them into the collective consciousness of humanity at this time, to be of assistance for where the collective is coming up on this major node point where it has a decision to make about what reality timeline it's going to choose to follow for the next really several hundred years. Okay, this is a major node point. We've been talking about this in the meditations we've been doing recently. So that, I think, kind of helps everyone see a little more clearly what the work is for us as a consciously and intentionally temporarily created group collective conscious mind coming together to be of assistance to the continued spiritual awakening and consciousness expansion journey of the collective consciousness of humanity. Okay, I'm going to open up the mics now for Kyra. You can go first, and then if anyone else has anything they would like to share or say or add to this before we begin our meditation journey, go ahead.
I would kind of just like to add that in the past discussions, we've been talking about the stepping up of responsibility and renewing, our commitment to our consciousness expansion. But on the other hand, we are also, as a solar system, moving into sections of the universe that we've never been in. We're encountering energies we've never felt. We're bringing in these new frequencies. And so just keep in the back of your mind intent, and purpose, and kind of like just think about where you sit on the earth to locate yourself, because like she was using the analogy of the ship on the ocean, with magnetics and all the different things going on. It's easy to get disoriented, to get things distorted. So just kind of hold it in your mind that if you feel yourself slipping a little bit, to just recenter, regroup, ground. In fact, after we talked today, I had to go out in the labyrinth and ground really, really well, because it was kind of difficult. But I guess that's really all I wanted to say, is just be aware of the human being that you are at this time, as well as the spiritual being that you are.
Thank you, Kyra. Anyone else have anything they would like to share or say or ask? No. While you were sharing that, and I'm trying to pull it back, while you were sharing, Kyra, something from today's earlier conversation. I think this was what it was. This, with the information that I've shared and Kyra both have just shared, we know, and those of you who've been working with us for some time and are familiar of the progression, but there's a strong connection right now. There's this we could almost call it a wave of magnetic energy coming from our alignment with the Magellanic magnetic field. That's kind of part of what is responsible for, we'll say, the individualized consciousness that this upcoming solar eclipse is. It's sacred work, why it's bringing these particular frequencies, because we really need to, like Kara was saying, stay grounded. We need to get a clear vision. Oh, I remember what it was now. I'm sorry, I apologize. But we need this clear vision of kind of a larger picture. There's so much we could talk about, but I'm not going there right now. We're just going to have to save that for another time. We'll come back and do that again. But the Magellanic, this alignment with the Magellanic magnetic field, which for those who may not have heard of it from me yet, this is an alignment that our solar system is in, okay? Actually, it's an alignment our galaxy is in with the Magellanic galaxy, all right? Just to state it simply without getting too technical and all of it. And this alignment, this is the first time that humans have ever encountered this alignment. I can tell you, and this to me just points to how major, okay, this node point we're coming up on is, that I keep talking about, for this collective decision that has to be made. The alignment that we are in with the Magellanic magnetic field will last for several thousand years in linear time of Earth time. And it is the first time since dinosaurs roamed the Earth that we have been in alignment with this field. So in other words, the last time our solar system, our galaxy, was in this alignment phase with the Magellanic magnetic field, dinosaurs were roaming the Earth. I think that tells you the big picture cycle, okay? So with all of that stated, if no one else has anything else they would like to share or state, I'm going to give a moment here just to double check and put my glasses on so I can actually see what you all are doing on this computer. Okay, well, we seem to be good. Then I would say that we are going to get ready to move into our meditation journey. If you all will give me just a moment, I'm going to do some light changes here. I'm being called to do that. I don't know, you may not be able to see me too well, but I promise I'm still here. You'll hear me. So hang on just a moment. Oh, I think I can do that from here. Oh, look. All right. So here we go, folks. Everyone is ready? Please take a deep breath and center yourself. Give everyone just a few moments to center, relax, release the tensions of the day, oh, and of the 3D world, for we are preparing to journey far beyond. I would ask now that each of you focus your inner vision, your inner attention, your consciousness to the luminous sphere you see beginning to appear before you. This luminous sphere is a creation manifest by our consciously and intentionally coming together to temporarily create a group collective conscious mind for this sacred work. Sacred work that we do with the intention to be of assistance to the continued spiritual awakening and consciousness expansion journey of the collective consciousness of humanity of Earth. We begin our journey by stepping into this sphere, this of manifestation we have just created, along with all of those here today, gathered here today. Some gathered here today are now manifest and incarnate in physical human form. Their consciousness now stepping into the sphere. These are our human brothers and sisters who are joining us in this sphere, located at a memory point on the fabric of space and time relative to Earth's current reality known as 3D reality, the physical reality. Step into the sphere and make your connection with your human family in attendance here today. Connect consciously and intentionally through the divine heart and the divine mind. Feel the love and the safety and the security, for we are going to travel as one, and you will be dependent on your human family and your spirit family, who is now stepping into this sphere of consciousness with us. Family from the Milky Way galaxy, family from galaxies far beyond your current known galactic system. Family coming in now from dimensions known and unknown, seen and unseen. It is a reunion of love. Sit just for a few moments in this energy. Say your hellos, your oh my, it is so good to see you. It has been so long. You have not changed. Oh, you have changed so much. You have grown. And as we come together, family from across time and space, dimensions and realities, you can relax, for you are home. You are safe. This was your original point of departure that you came from, that you left from, that you departed from, to be in attendance of the magnificent journey that is currently transpiring on this small blue-green planet known as Earth, located in the outer arm of the Milky Way galaxy. Oh, what a journey it has been. Take just a moment to sit in these energies, to feel the relief to the soul, to the spirit, to the ka and to the ba, to the ancient within you, and to the ancient future within you. You are wise beyond anything your human form can currently consciously remember. Here, you know this. Here, you remember this. Here, all is seen. Now begin moving freely about within this consciousness sphere that is but a multi-galactic, multi-dimensional vehicle family travels in. And if you turn, you can look out of the window, we shall say, back across the dimensions, the realities, the galaxies, back. And you can see this beautiful planet Earth. Oh, remember? Remember? Remember the joy of initial departure from the home you sit in now to be a part of that journey? Remember? Bask in that energy of remembrance, for that energy, that frequency, that knowledge, that remembrance, that is your clear communications link to your original point of departure, to home. As you stand shoulder to shoulder and arm in arm, hand in hand with your multi-galactic, multi-dimensional family in this consciously and intentionally manifest and created consciousness sphere, look out at all of the realities, not just Earth, but at all of the realities that you have, do, and will exist within across the fabric of time and space. See where they are located on the fabric of time and space. It is as a huge grid, and at each point of crossing, there is a memory point where each of these realities exist. And suddenly, the weight of being human on planet Earth in such density, where so much memory and remembrance of knowledge is difficult to bring forward to the conscious human mind, becomes insignificant and trivial. For you can see, you can understand, you can feel, you can know. Bask here, be at home, just for a few moments more. Oh, you can feel the time is coming. The time is for returning to Earth as the human you are currently incarnate in, form as, is drawing nearer. So before you return, look once again very closely from where you stand in your original point of departure, home. Look once again at planet Earth, far in the distance across time and space, across dimensions and realities and frequencies. Oh, see the magnificence and the beauty of that exists in the distance even. Breathe it in. Clear the communications links, for you have now, at this point, this time, in conjunction with the celestial event occurring in the solar system within the Milky Way galaxy in which the planet Earth exists, you have an opportunity known as a total solar eclipse to clear this communications link and to reestablish it more strongly, more completely, and more clearly for this next phase of your work on planet Earth as a part of the collective consciousness of humanity, as a part of the collective consciousness of humanity who has voluntarily skipped across, joyously skipped across time and dimensions to be a part of the journey of Earth and humanity. I give you just a few moments to do the necessary work for your individual self as you are a part of this temporarily, consciously, and intentionally group collective conscious mind to clear and reestablish your communications link with your higher self, with spirit, and with home before we return. As we prepare for the return, the boundaries of this beautiful sphere of consciousness begin to thin. I now call to all those who have journeyed here together from planet Earth to prepare to return. And with the toning of the chimes, please make your departure and return home to Earth as the human you are now incarnate as. Okay. Wow. So if you may need to unmute yourself. everyone can let us know when they're back. Back, Kyra? Wonderful.
I'm back.
All right.
Joy is here.
Oh,
Carolyn T.
Oh, yeah. Slowly. I'm coming back.
oh, that was
I'm
beautiful.
back. Wow. I didn't want to come back. Sorry.
Yeah, I
I
know.
didn't want to come back either.
It's always difficult to leave home.
Yes.
So,
It was
I
good.
think
Thanks.
I'm being led. I'm going to, since we are recording this to share for other people to use in no time, no space, I'm going to give just very quickly, if anyone wants to share something, I'm being led to do that on the recorded part. If you do, please make it very quick. Then we can end the recording and share some more as a group if we so like. So, Kyra, would you like to start? Is there anything you'd like to share?
I'll just say that eclipses are not just that exact point of time where the sun is in total. So you're already in the energies of this eclipse and you will be after. So just, keep that in mind as well, and fine tune your communication connection during that time, the whole time. That's it, I think.
Okay, thank you. Yes, as Kyra was saying, basically beginning today, the 30th, for about today, including today, about 7 days, we'll be in the really strong frequencies of this eclipse, just so that everyone kind of has a linear time frame here to work from. Okay, anyone else like to share something? No?
Wow. The feeling was quite amazing for me.
Good.
I saw, first of all, a veil. I mean, it was, yes, a huge grid. And I just put some notes there. And I had a smile on my face the entire meditation.
I think I did
It's
too.
funny because
Yes, I did.
it was like I was shown, my God showed me actually at the end of the meditation, it was like I was a little girl in a candy shop, absolutely amazed. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Anyone else? Everybody's getting shy all of a sudden. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and end this recording. So you don't have to hang up. Like I said, we can continue to chat and visit a little bit if we want to. But before I stop the recording, I want to thank everyone for joining us live. I want to thank everyone who will join us in no time and no space, because truly, here we are, no time, no space, only a memory point on the fabric of space and time. Thank you all for doing this most sacred work with us. We're truly honored. Gosh,
Thank you, Essence.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put my glasses on so I can find the stop record button.